Hey y'all, Joe here, Southern Coastal Cooking coming at you. I am doing another one of my basic barbecue videos for y'all in this series. I'm actually going to do a basic barbecue rib video. Okay, these are your basic, wonderful backyard barbecue ribs. Just an easy how-to for anybody just getting started or somebody who just wants to do some good backyard ribs. Okay, so here's what we've got. Got a couple racks of baby backs down here. Now I've already taken the membrane off of this first rack. I'm going to show you here on the second rack how we can get started just taking the membrane off the rib. Okay, give me just a second and get this started for y'all. I have to zoom you in here real quick. Okay, what you want to do is take a butter knife and you just want to kind of get it started. Pull up a little bit of that membrane. Get y'all over here so you can see just a little bit, and then we'll take a piece of paper towel. Super simple, y'all. Nothing trying to force anything here, and you just want to kind of pull up on that membrane and just kind of get up off the rib. Okay, if you can get all in one piece, that's awesome. But look, if you can't, no big deal. Just you can start over at another spot. This is just something just super simple. You should be able to do. Again, paper towel is the key here. Just kind of holds it. Look, as it just comes off just like that. Okay, hold it, pull it off just like that. Look, I have one more little piece over here. I'm gonna have to grab it. That's okay. Get my little butter knife. Go through there. Just kind of pull that up on one of the bones. Kind of do that. Just scrape on the bone. Use a butter knife for this. The best way to do it. And just grab it with that paper towel and just pull that membrane off. All right, now we got the membrane set up, or the rib set up without the membrane. These over, look how we have those nice ribs, y'all. That is really just beautiful looking. Next step, and this is simple as can be, something you want to do with the ribs, in my opinion. You can skip this step if you want to, or you could use an oil, okay? I like to just take some plain old mustard. All right, just the cheap stuff from the grocery store, store-bought brand or whatnot, and just put a line of mustard down each rack of ribs. Okay, and just put your thin coat on there. You know, we're just trying to get that on there. It's no big deal. Look, no point using anything fancy. You know this mustard flavor is not going to come through, so don't worry about ribs tasting like mustard or using any kind of fancy mustard, anything like that. That's just wasting some time. So we're wasting your money, you know, using a fancy mustard for this. So flip those over. You want to get both sides of your ribs. But they're always, don't forget about your underbelly of your ribs, your underside. A lot of people forget to season that and everything. Allow your seasoning flavor. You know, I'll be honest, some people like to leave that membrane on. They like the pull that it gives the meat on the bone. And if that's your proclivity, that's just fine. You can leave that. But I like to take it off. All right, so I've got my ribs done, just like that. Both sides of the ribs. You can get the little tips if you want. Like I said, this ain't competition, nothing. It's not that serious. So then what we want to do is get in the season. We'll start on this back side, okay? When I do ribs, I like to follow the great rib doctor, okay? Heath Riles is the doctor of cooking ribs. There's really no arguing that. The guy's won more trophies in rib competitions about anybody I know. So I like to stick with his stuff. You know, use other stuff, but I'm telling you, use what you want. But this is what I'm using, okay? I like to start out with Heath Riles Everyday Rub, okay? Just a simple salt, pepper, garlic type deal. And that's what we're going to hit them with first, okay? So, go with a little bit of that. This last of these rubs here is funny. That's why I got these 2 racks of ribs. You get much left. So hit them with salt, pepper, garlic. And don't just mix all these rubs. You want to do it like this. Trust me, layers of flavor. All right, then you want to hit it with this sweet rub right here. All right, this sweet rub is the way to go. Second layer. Remember, layers of flavor. Well, just like that. All right, then you want a third, last layer is this pecan rub. It's one of my personal favorites right there. So, there we go. pecan rub. Oh yeah. Alright. Reading some of the comments. Got some live viewers here. What's up, Brian? Thought Johnny Trigg was a rib doctor. I don't know who's Johnny Trigg. Anyway, I'm kidding. That's a very winning guy as well. Anyway, use what you want. See how I did that trifecta on this side? I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to do the same thing on the meatier side of the rib. Alright? We'll hit them with the everyday first. Your all-purpose type rub. Salt, pepper, garlic type deal. Then you want to come back with your other rubs. Your sweet being your second, your sweet layer. And then last but not least, you want to hit them with your pecan rub. That's your trifecta right there, folks. That's what's going to get you. Also, I got them all rubbed up here. I like to let them sit for at least about 15 minutes or so in the fridge. Let that rub just kind of sweat onto them. Meanwhile, we'll fire up the YS640 with some competition blend lumberjack pellets. I think it'll be perfect for these ribs. Hey, how y'all doing? All right, we're out here at the YS640 pellet cooker, and we're gonna load it up. Get ready for them ribs. I got some barbecue cooking pellets from lumberjack, grilling pellets. Pecan blend, okay, that's what we're gonna roll with today. Get the hopper loaded up with them. All right, got my pellet rolling there. Then I'm gonna show y'all how we're gonna set the Yoder up. All right, if you'll look over here, I'll come over this way just a little bit. We're gonna turn it on first off. And I gotta plug it in. So first we're gonna turn it on. I'm gonna hit start, flashing U29 out, so 350 degrees. I don't wanna cook that hot. I wanna cook it at 275, okay? So roll that back down to 270. How's that sound? Close the hopper there. I like to open a pit here just till it gets lit. That's just me. Again, if you got another kind of pit, charcoal pit, whatever you got, that's fine. Just get her at about 270 degrees before we put the meat on, y'all. Look, so we got our ribs out here just ready to go on. All nice and tacked up, been sitting up for a while, look beautiful. As soon as the smoker comes up the tent, we'll throw them on. I want y'all to see something. I don't know if you can see it or not because it's very thin, but when people talk about a thin, blue, clean smoke, this is what we're talking about. You can barely see it, almost just like a vapor coming out of the stack. That's what you want. You want to burn you a clean fire, regardless of the cooker that you're cooking on. So we've hit our target temperature of about 270 degrees. I did scale it back about 5 or 10 degrees to about 265. I just want to see how the cooker rolls. I don't really like to get the ribs above 275, okay? So anywhere between that 265, 270, 275 range will be good, okay? This cooker holds temperature very well, but it's supposed to warm up a little bit here today. Just want to make sure we don't get them too hot, okay? At least not for right now. When we first get them on, we want to get a little good smoke on them. So let's go ahead and put these bad boys on here. All right. Let's see if y'all can see what everything I'm doing. All right. Set that beauty right there. Just kind of squinch them in, make all the bones as straight as you can. They just look a lot better, y'all. You know, when you got to do these sort of things. You know, you want your stuff to look good, don't you? So that's that, and we'll let them put them to bed and just let these suckers roll. We'll check on them here in about an hour and a half. So we've been cooking an hour and a half here. Then we're gonna check them. I'm gonna spritz them real quick. I want y'all to look at this color they're getting on them. Absolutely beautiful. Remember, we've been going an hour and a half. So look at that. I'm gonna spritz them just with some cold, some apple juice. Taking on a beautiful color right there. Oh yeah, that's nice. Bark setting up nice on them. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, now we're gonna let them go. Close them up. I'll let them go. Check them by another 45 minutes. All right, it's still rolling at we're at about 260, 265ish. So the ribs have been cooking for a total of 3 hours at about 265 degrees, maybe to 270. 3 hours on the cooker. I'm gonna want y'all to come over here and look at them. And this next step is where this is going to differ from any kind of competition or any type of rib you're going to do like this. Again, these are easy, good tasting home barbecue ribs. Y'all look at that, how beautiful they're getting there. Go ahead and just temp them. Look at that. That's 61, 62. Let me try another rib here. 170, 180, 184, 185. They're real tender, they're probe tender. That's the main thing. We're about to take these off. Y'all, I'm gonna let them rest a minute. Y'all, so mainly me taking them off at this point, this about 170 degree point, 175, is one of the main differences between this recipe and the regular rib recipe, like if you were cooking some comp style or something like that. These are just really good home eating ribs here. Let these rest just for a few. This is so good. Y'all watch what I'm about to do here. You can see, look down here at these ribs. Hope you can see without too much shadow. I got the ribs down here on my cutting board. Now I'm about to cut these ribs apart, believe it or not. But for this recipe, that's what we want to do. We want to find the ribs, cut them back here by the back, put them on the bone. And the reason we want to do this now is we don't want to get these ribs to get too tender where they're going to fall apart. Now I'm going to put those over here in the side pan. Like I said, we're just going to go by the bone here in the back and cut all these ribs apart. All right, just like that. At this point, and we'll cut them. Hopefully y'all can see everything here. Just beautiful. Look at the smoke ring. You could eat them now if you want to, but we're going to make them so much better. So now we got all these ribs cut up. Then we'll take good barbecue sauce. This is right here, some good stuff. Sweet smoked Q, original sweet. And I just want to baste each one of them down pretty much. Hard for me to do holding the camera, not holding the camera and everything. So basically what we're going to do is get some barbecue sauce on these ribs. Alright, on all sides of them. And we're going to sprinkle some rub on here. I'm going to come back to you when I'm sprinkling the rub. Let me put the barbecue sauce on here. Alright, so I got them sauce. Now I'm going to come back, that left, well, I've got this Heath Ryle sweet rub here. Just going to put a little bit of rub on them. Just like that, y'all. Oh yeah. Alright, then we'll kind of pile them up. I'm going to cover them up. I mean, just, look at that. I made that rib candy right there. Oh yeah. Just want to get them wrapped up in some foil, but before I do that, look what I want to do with them. Just a second, just put a little bit of this parquet. I'll send this stuff here if I can get this open. A little bit of this on top of there, and that'll make for some money right there. So I'm gonna get some foil. When we get these wrapped up, I'll probably put them in a foil pouch and put them back in here. So I got all the ribs wrapped up in a foil pouch here. I'm gonna put them back on the cooker for about another 45 minutes. I'm gonna raise it back up to 275. All right, from 265, 275, 280-ish. Okay, so it's been, remember we cooked them basically uncovered, uncut for about 2 hours, 45 minutes at 265 degrees. Then I cut them up. We put them in the full bundle with the butter, with the barbecue sauce, and with the extra rub. And they've been in there for about an hour, and I cranked it up to 275. Again, these aren't competition ribs. These are just your simple, good, home-eating, good barbecue rib. Y'all come look what these look like as I tear this foil open. Again, this is your home, good, just finger-licking rib right here. Now look at this. I want y'all to see what I'm talking about. Oh wow, look at that. Look how they've drawn off the bone. Look, you can almost, you're not gonna pull that bone out, but I mean, they're tender, burning my hand right there. I'm gonna get those out here in just a second. I'm gonna lay them on a tray. We're gonna let them just kind of cook just for a minute, unwrap, just kind of so they can firm up just a little bit. That's gonna be your perfect backyard rib right there. Y'all, so we're gonna go ahead and give these a try. You gotta test out your little tongs first, you know how that is. I'm gonna take one or two of them off here. I want to show y'all, see how they've kind of, how that sauce and everything is kind of firmed up on them. Take 2 or 3 of them out. I'm gonna let them kind of cool here on the side. You don't want to just get right into them, and you'll be hurting. But I'm gonna turn the pit off. let those sit there. But these are some great ribs to put out for your family and friends. Whatever you're doing, some backyard barbecue, tailgating, something like that. So let them rest just for a minute and we'll give them a try. Y'all, so let's give this a try. Hopefully good old backyard rib here. Nice little bite and sweet. You know, from the rubs and from that sauce. It's a good rib, y'all. I'm gonna try this. Anyway, thank y'all so much. Hope you like my videos, sub my channel. God bless, and y'all have a good one. Again, I'm gonna have to come out with some more of these just simple backyard cooking recipes.